Welcome back to the podcast. Today, sat next to me, I have Love Island superstar, Super League player Keanan Brand, and my fellow Ireland international teammate, Keanan. What's the message?
What is happening, Ronan Michael? Hey?
Good to finally get you on the podcast. So, everyone wants to know, what makes a rugby league player go on to Love Island?
Bro, can I just start by saying I've been absolutely buzzing to get on here with you.
Hey, we've been on about it. We've been on about it for absolutely ages.
Anyone who doesn't know Ronan, he is an absolute jack in the box, lad, a legend of a bloke. But we have been trying to get this podcast going for how long, bro?
How many phone calls have we been on trying to sort this out?
The amount of times Ronan's rang me over, I've rang him shouting, bro. Come on, let's get
this podcast running.
Screaming down the phone to each other, bro.
It's screaming down the phone. What makes a pro rugby league player going to Love Island? By the fact that you're like a pretty decent looking lad, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm saying that now, but like, come on.
I mean, if you say so. Do you know what it was, bro? I think in life, in general life, I think you need to put yourself out there to grow. And I felt like I wasn't not comfortable in myself, because I'm a confident person, and I like to be honest, but I just felt like there was something missing, and I thought, right, do you know what? I needed a new challenge. I kind of not felt stale, but I just thought, right, I needed something to make me grow as a person. And I auditioned in 2019. That was the first crack I had, let's say, at Love Island when I was playing for Widnes. I didn't get on, but I do believe everything happens for a reason, lad. And do you know what? It probably wasn't meant to be, but in that failing, my rugby career it kind of took, yeah. So 2019, bro, I had probably the best season. I was only 19 at the time. I had the best season ever, signed for Warrington. You know what I mean? Like, one of the biggest clubs in Super League at the time, and still today, like to today. So in that failing, bro, my career just went higher. So I just thought, when it came around the second time, I thought, do you know what? I need that to make me grow. So just thought, fuck it, I'm gonna go for it. And then I went down to London, auditioned, and I got on, bro. It's fucking mad.
Next thing you know, you're on the island. So you get on. You get the call that you're going on to Love Island, right? Who's the first person that you get a hold of? Like, are you ringing up Derek? Are you ringing up Labby? Who are you ringing up to say, listen, like, I'm parking my rugby career for now. I'm going to go on to Love Island. Because, like, I'd say the first thing I'd be thinking is, right, who am I calling first? Did you call your old lady first? Who are you ringing?
Bro, so the way it all came down, obviously I went for the audition in 2019. So I was already kind of on the book, shall we say. So then I got a phone call one day randomly, bro. I was in Ireland camp with you.
Oh yeah, before the World Cup.
Yeah. So I was in Ireland camp, and I think I don't know why, but I was in my room anyway. And Innes, my roommate, he'd gone out, and I got this unknown number. And I know it's cliche to say, but when people say, "Oh, I don't normally answer unknown numbers," but bro, I genuinely don't answer to me mates, let alone. You know what I mean?
I know you know.
Fuck you. And anyway, I just thought, for some reason, I just answered it, bro. And he was like, hi, it's such a body from Love Island. It was one of the producers who I'd spoke to previously, and she was just like, long time no speak and all that. She said, are you still interested in doing it? And I paused for a minute, and I thought, do you know what? Why not at least go down for the interview? And if nothing comes of it, or if I do go down and get on and decide I don't want to, then at least I've gone down for myself. Do you know what I mean? Because you've got to remember, like, the interviewing process, bro, it's quite an intimidating process. You're going down, there's producers interviewing you with big TV cameras. So I feel like that in itself kind of is like a box tick. Like, you're growing by doing that, and you're growing as a person by going to put yourself in a vulnerable position like that. So going back to who did I contact first, it was a long process, bro, but eventually, like, I did the interview and all that, and then they said, we'll get back to you. And if 2 months had gone by, so I was in pre-season with Leigh, and we was on the pitch one day, and I was injured, and I was just watching the boys train, and I got a call from the producer, and my heart sank, bro. I was like, fuck, here we go, bro. And she rang me and she went, are you sitting down? And I was like, no, why do I need to? Because I thought, oh shit, she's going to tell me I'm not on. And she goes, you've got a place. We want you to go on as a bombshell. Obviously, I'm there with the boys. I hadn't told the coach yet, and I was like, shit. I had all this energy, bro. I was like, fuck.
Heart going through.
I was like, I've just been like told I'm going on the van. Anyway, training ends, and I'm like, fuck, I can't wait to get in the car, lad. I rang my mum straight out. I was like, Mum, are you ready for this? And she was like, what? I was like, I got on. My mum, she just started whipping down the phone, lad. She was going nuts. She was like, have you told Lammy? And then I thought, it just brought me back to earth, lad. And I was like, shit. I'm gonna have to, I've got a big decision. Because bear in mind, I didn't know whether they were going to keep me on or what was going to happen. Was I going to have to quit, even if I was going to go on? So I was like, shit, I need to tell someone. So then, after I phoned my mum, then I had to calm down. Obviously, I didn't want to seem too excited to Lammy. And Lammy comes round the corner and says, have you got a minute, mate? So he gets me in his car. So we're sat like this in his car, and I said, I've been offered a place on Love Island. And he just went, fuck off. I went, bro, I swear to God, I've been offered a place on Love Island. He was like, lad, he was more buzzing than my mum. He was like, fuck yeah, go for it, all this. And I was like, so as soon as he said that, I was like, I'm going for it, I'll go out the car. I was like, I'm
walking like a 10-foot tall, like.
Bro, but then he rang me and he was like, well, you're going to have to ask Derek. And I was like, shh, yeah, he's going to say no. So I was like, fuck. So no, I'm thinking, I've got to make a decision, bro. Like, do I say no to Love Island, which is it's a massive opportunity, don't get me wrong. And this was one of the factors of why I actually went for it, because I thought, it's a massive opportunity, not just like in the sense to make yourself a better person, but sometimes, bro, it can be life-changing for some people who've been on it. You look at the likes of like Molly May and Tommy Fury, it's massive for them, isn't it, bro? So that was part of the reason I just thought, do you know what, I'll just go with it, see where the wind takes me, lad. Anyway, Lammy must have told Derek, because I got a phone call off Derek while I was driving home, and I was thinking, before I'd answered it, lad, I was sweating, and I was thinking, shit, here we go, bro. This is it. I'm going to have to think of a mad fucking, like, something big to tell him, just so he like, lets me go on. He just answered the phone and he went, yes, Jagger. Bro, and I was like, yeah, yeah. Anyway, cut the story short, bro. He was like, go for it. He said, because Derek's a big family man and stuff like that, lad, and he's big on opportunity, you know what I mean? And anyone who doesn't know Derek from the outside looks mad, but he's actually one of the best blokes you'll ever meet, lad. And he's very smart as well. So he was like, if you were my son, mate, I would tell you to go for it. So go for it. And I was like, well, are you sure? What about my position at Leigh, obviously? Because I was worrying about, will I have to quit rugby? Because at that point, I didn't have Barbara or anything like that. I didn't have any backup. And he was like, no, go for it. There'll still be a contract here for when you get back. So I was like, do you know what? I've got nothing to lose there, have I? Like, what's the worst going to happen? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll come back to my job, which I enjoy anyway. Like, what's the worst that happened? So I just went for it, bro. And I knew that it was still pre-season at the time. Love Island obviously said, because I was going in the bombshell, we'll ring you a few days before you fly out. So I didn't have a clue when I was going in, mate. I didn't have a clue. So I didn't even have swim shorts when I got the call, mate.
So you're sat in pre-season, just, you're going on, but you don't know when you're going on. You're just doing sit-ups and curls the whole time, let's be honest.
Bro, I'm doing beach weights. I'm talking, looking at the... Well, I was shredding hard for it. Well, I lost like 7 kilos or something. I was shredded to the bone, bro.
Just getting ripped, like absolutely zero leg weights going down. Just...
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Oh, mate, if you look at pictures or videos of my legs from then, there's nothing, bro. Lad, it even got to the point where when we was in the show, fast forward a little bit, in the show we did a challenge, and one of the boys, one of the soundest lads, Shaq, he said to me, bro, you've got no ass. And I was like... Do you know what, Ronan? Because all my life up until then, I had sick legs, sick ass, because all I used to do was back squats and shit, and I lost it all to go. Bro,
your shorts were hanging off you like when you're jumping in the pool.
I had size medium shorts, and they were like XL, my dad's shorts, bro. Looking mad.
So you get the call, you're getting flown out. Where was it? South Africa?
Yeah, South Africa, bro, which is, like, you're getting free holidays South Africa, which is amazing in itself, bro.
And what are the boys that train inside there?
Well, lad, I hadn't told anyone. I didn't even tell my best friends. None of them knew until I got the call to go. And then I told about 3 of my best friends, lad. So I only told my mum, my dad, my brothers and sisters. That was it. Didn't even tell my auntie or my nan and granddad. No one, lad. So obviously Derek had to know and Lammy, but none of the boys knew. So I'm sat and they keep asking me, why are you shredding? Like, what's this all about? Like, Keys normally, because I love food, bro. And every time we go out, I wouldn't drink or anything like that. And they were like, why are you shredding? Like, what's going on here?
Something's up.
So, and I'm biting my tongue, like, can't tell them, obviously.
Because that's a struggle in itself for you, not to say it to anyone. Like, you're buzzing here.
Bro,
like...
you know me, and I love a gap, don't I? Do you know what I mean, lad? I could talk for hours, right? And I'm like, I'm just making excuse after excuse why I'm not going out with the boys and all sorts. So the day finally comes, bro, and it's like the 2nd of February, something like that. And bear in mind, it got after Casa Amor, so I'm thinking, I ain't getting the call here. There's like 3 weeks left of the show. I'm thinking, there's no chance here. So I fucked my diet off. I fucked the diet off, bro. 3 days after I fucked the diet off, I was eating hard. Fucked the diet off. I went to Tesco and done like £100 shop on just pure shit, bro. I bring the shopping bags in, I swear to God. God's honest truth. Coco, bless her, one of the producers, legend, she rings me. She's like, can you fly out tomorrow morning? It was like 6 p.m. in the afternoon. Bro, can you fly out to South Africa tomorrow to go on Love Island? I didn't have swim shorts, lad. I didn't really have any clothes for like a summer holiday because
it's the middle of pre-season.
Yeah, because I thought like, oh, I'm probably not gonna go on here. So I said to her, I didn't even have a haircut, bro. I didn't have a trim. So I said to her, yeah, I can, but I've not got swim shorts and I'm not gonna haircut. And she was like, right, well, we'll sort you out. So I'm thinking, fuck, what happens to the barber butchers?
Go in with an undercut, like,
lad,
zero all over.
Oh, honestly, bro. So I was messaging every barber and they were just like, bro, can you get me in last minute? My barber was in Pontins or somewhere like mad, and I was like, bro, I'll drive 3 hours. I don't care. Like, I need a trim.
I'm going on TV.
Bro, so luckily, one of the barbers locally got me in at like 7 in the morning. The next morning I was flying at like 10. No, I was flying at like 11 a.m. Got me in at like 6:30, 7 in the morning. I went, as soon as I got the call, bro, I was like, shit, got nothing. Went straight to the Trafford Centre, lad. Pulling my hair out. I was like, fuck, there's nothing here. What am I going to wear, lad? Like, just pulling everything from anywhere to just get in that, just to go, bro. So anyway, I get on the plane, gets to Manchester Airport. I got my cases, lad. And I'm flying out and I'm thinking all sorts, bro. I'm like, fuck, what's going on here? Do you know what I mean?
Never sweated so much in your life, like.
Bro, honestly, like, you know, we come from a rugby background, which is very, like, what's the word? It's very like...
You're very uniform. You're uniform.
Yeah.
You get up, you put your training kit on that's given to you. This is what you wear.
Yeah.
You get the training at this time. This is what you do.
Yeah.
You do your pre-ab. You do your gym. You do your field. Like, we're very structured
regimented,
with our life.
bro.
Do you know what I mean?
And within that, there's like the alpha male mentality. Do you know what I mean? We're all very aggressive when we have to be. Do you know what I mean? It's all about... Do you know what I mean? It's a dick slinging contest sometimes, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? No, bro, it is.
Yeah, well, that's the environment that we're in. Like, you're surrounded by like testosterone-filled rugby players.
Exactly, bro. So when you go from that to the complete opposite, which is showbiz, it's just the opposite, bro. I cannot explain to you.
Like, you have to bite your tongue a little bit, don't you? It's
Yeah,
one of those ones that, like, in our environment, like you come in with the best haircut, 10 out of 10 haircut. Oh, the lads are killing you. Bro. It's the worst haircut they've ever seen. They're saying, send the barber details, we'll go get them, you know what I mean?
Bro, you can't have anything.
New shoes.
Oh, shite them.
The worst shoes they've ever seen, you know what I mean? Oh, different haircut, you know, done. Anything.
Bro.
Any new car, why'd you get that car?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at this shitbox. Oh, why'd you get a shitbox? It does not matter. Like, you can literally have anything and it's like, you're getting hammered. But that's our environment. But you go into the showbiz, like you said, you can't, like, someone can't rock out of the villa in, like, I don't know, orange shorts. You can't be laughing and pointing at them. Do you know what I mean?
That's exactly what I did. I had no swim shorts, so I've landed in South Africa. Bro, my first experience, by the way, of South Africa, it's a beautiful country. I'm like getting off the plane, buzzing, thinking I'm going to Love Island. I went to the passport control, and the girl goes to me, where have you come from? And I went, I flew to Istanbul, and I flew here. And she went, no, I didn't want your life story. I just wanted your passport details. Like, oh. Fucking hell, welcome to South Africa, bro.
Welcome here.
But anyway, they take me to the set, lad. And I'm like, fuck, we've got to drive through all these vineyards. And I'm thinking, wow, look at this, bro. We get there. And there's the villa. And like, it's a bit of like a surreal moment. You're thinking, like, it's obviously, you know, it's real because you've seen it on telly and stuff. But when you actually see it in person, lad, you're like, fucking hell, it's actually a real place. And there's all porta cabins. There's like 40 porta cabins around it, bro. And you go into the medical, and they're treating you like a king, and you're thinking, fucking hell, I've come from a rugby background here where I'm getting terrorised every day, you know what I mean?
Hammered. You get a soft tissue massage, and everyone's like, oh, what's wrong with you? Look at you go. Getting a calf rubbed on. Here he is. Here he is on the bed again.
Yeah, you soft shite, you know what I mean? Like, and then you're coming in here, and everyone's like, hello, oh, look how beautiful you are, all this. And I'm like, fucking hell. And then you start thinking, I am the man. So anyway, bro, they take your phone off you then. They check all your gear, take your phone off you, bro, and then it's just you and your chaperone in like a villa. I was in there for 2 weeks. You can be in there for a long time, or you can be in there for a couple of days, but you're in there, it's like a cooling off period, so you become away from reality. You get detached from reality then, because you've not got your phone. You're not even allowed to watch YouTube, bro. So I read a book, lad, and I'm severely dyslexic. Like, I read
We shouldn't laugh, really, should we? Like,
No, we shouldn't, but-
So
No,
what did you read?
I can't even remember. I can't even remember what it was called. It was about humanity. Anyway, it was about how we differ from chimps. And do you know what? The only thing what makes us different from chimps is our ability to imagine. That's the only thing I took from it, bro.
Well, you have that ability fairly strong, let me tell you.
Exactly, son. Do you know what I mean? But
So you're detached in this villa, away
Yeah.
from reality.
so, but
Pulling your hair out or
I
what?
feel like that puts you in a state of reflection, to be honest with you, mate. And I think it was kind of good for me because you kind of reflect on your whole life, I suppose. You've got nothing, because there's nothing to entertain you apart from the balcony with the sun. And like, we had no gym equipment, so I was just doing pull-ups off the balcony. You know what I mean?
Hanging up at the balcony.
Felt like I was in a movie scene, bro. Just pull-ups and press-ups, like.
the Rocky moment.
Yeah, honestly, lad. And like, you can't watch YouTube or anything. So it was kind of like a good reflection on me. Like, I'm lying in bed, there's no like distraction off your phone or anything like that. And I'm reflecting on it, and I'm thinking in the back of my head, I do really like my job as a rugby player. Like, I'm thinking how much opportunity that's brought me, and I'm thinking, what happens if this goes wrong and I've got...
You're like, I'm butchering it here.
And then I get home and rugby's like, they don't want me anymore or anything like that. But anyway, so they're coming out and they're saying, right, you're going to go in tomorrow. Get ready. So they bring me some shorts and that, and I'm fucking pumped, thinking, yeah, I'm going to go in tomorrow, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And then the day comes and I'm like, right, they're going to pick you up in an hour. And then you get a call, lad, you're not going in till tomorrow night. And I'm like, that's what they do, bro. So say something goes wrong in the villa, that it's all real life, isn't it? Like, if you start crying, I can't just go in and try and woo you now because, do you know what I mean? So that kept happening, and then the weather was bad, so they were like, we can't bring you in now. So I ended up in holding cell for like 2 weeks, bro. Like, and then when it finally came, my first experience of going into the villa was a date. Straight
in, no messing.
Yeah, but like, exactly, bro. And this is what I'm saying. Like, when you go from a rugby background to a date on a live television show, like film cameras around you and stuff, it's very intimidating, mate, and it's very intense. Like,
because they want you to fall in love, basically.
but and can I just say, I was the last bombshell as well. So your job as the last bombshell is to go and fucking fuck shit up inevitably, which I definitely didn't do, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I was watching this just because you were on it. Like, once I knew you were on it,
Yeah.
I was watching it. Because obviously you'd probably been there 2 weeks, but they dropped the post like the night before or whatever when you're going on. So then we're all tuning in. Yeah, you laid pretty low, to say the least. You didn't cause any havoc.
No, havoc was not caused, bro. I'll be honest, like, there was probably like a 2 week all-inclusive fucking lads holiday for me. Minus minus the birds, because there was loads of birds in there, but didn't really do any damage. To be fair, bro, they kept telling me off because they were like, it's not a lad's holiday, like, you're here to like speak to girls. I was like, I don't fancy any of them, bro. like, do you know what I mean? And the one I did fancy, bro, I went in with her, and you can't couple up with the fellow bombshell like who you've just got in with, bro. So I was like, it's not really for me then. And
like, sound, pour me a drink.
yeah, so in the back of my head, I'm thinking, I've still got a rugby contract at home. But in that point, I was thinking, I've still got a rugby contract at home. I've got nothing to lose. So like,
may as well enjoy it.
Exactly, bro. And the thing you're forgetting about is a lot of people who go into Love Island will have quit their jobs, right, to go and do that, which is, it's quite ballsy, and you've got to respect it. That's why I respect, all these like influencers and they're trying their hardest. I really respect that, like, because it takes a lot of balls to quit your job and go for it like that. Do you know what I mean? So obviously, I'm not saying they were playing a game, but some of them you kind of have to go and play that role. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where I didn't. Obviously, I had rugby, so I wasn't pressured by that. So I was just like, do you know what? I'll just embrace it here, and whatever comes will come. And I kind of took it as a life experience. Do you get what I mean?
And do you feel like off the back of that, you became more confident in yourself? Because I feel like you can't go into the villa and not come away confident of who you are as a person.
Bro, honestly, that's probably the biggest thing I took from it. I think, I didn't know before it, but I think after it, I really realised I needed that for my own self-growth. And I like us to go back to saying, in life, you've got to put yourself out there to grow. I needed that, bro. Like, sitting down on that date was probably the most intimidating thing I've ever done in my whole life. Like, I can't tell you how nervous I was, bro. Like, my leg was shaky and I couldn't stop tapping. I couldn't stop looking at the camera. Like, it was the most intense, intimidating thing I've ever done. And you come out the other side of it and you think, I can do that. I can do anything, bro. And I think I think for me, that was the biggest thing I took out of that show was I grew so much as a person, bro, and I needed it. Like, and that's what, like, I thank them for that because it was intense. Like, it was amazing when I come out, lad. I was just grown so much as a person, not in a cocky way or like a arrogant way, just as I'm confident in who I am type. Do you know what I mean? And I know what I want in life and stuff like that. That's a kind of way I took out of it.
And it's mad to think like you've played in packed out stadiums, played Super League, do you know what I mean? Played on like big stages against like, you're going up against like fully grown men, like 17, 18 stone blokes, big massive blokes who want to literally, you want to smash them. That's the goal, to smash them harder than they smash you.
Yeah.
And then you go get sat next to a beautiful girl, a few cameras, and like it's like complete.
You just melt, don't you, bro?
You just melt. It's completely different to anything that we'd experienced. You know, you run out in front of 8,000 fans. No bother, play on.
No bother.
Do you know, play on. I'm
forget
doing
they're
my
there, don't
thing.
you?
Exactly. I'm in my zone doing my thing. And that just goes to show like how much confidence it actually takes to go and do that stuff.
Well, and like they kept saying that to me, like obviously at dinner times and that you're off camera, so but that's what the lads were saying, like, what's it like playing at big stadiums? I couldn't tackle this fella and that fella talking about rugby, and I said, it's just normal life for us, isn't it? But like that's so far fetched from our reality. It's mad, but like putting yourself in that situation, I feel like you have to do in life. You've got to do stuff like that, bro. You've got to just put yourself out there and just go with it. Do you know what I mean? Because you do that and you come away unscathed. You think I can do anything here. Do you know what I mean? That's what I took from it, lad.
100%. And nothing good comes of the comfort zone, does it? Nothing good grows in the comfort zone, does it?
No. What's that saying? Nothing worth having comes easy.
Exactly.
It's so true, bro. Do you know what I mean?
And it's good to sort of step away from that rugby environment as well, isn't it? And just sort of get a different perspective on life, especially for yourself. Like, as well, I've known of you before I knew you as a mate.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But you've come through as like there was raps on you coming through, like coming through witnessing that. There's raps on you. That's all you've ever known. Like you've probably never known anything other than professional rugby.
No. And do you know what? In saying that, I had a conversation with one of my good friends, Dan Norman, a few weeks ago, and we were talking about this. I think when you detach yourself from the reality of rugby, like don't get me wrong, it's an amazing reality, rugby, you know, being a rugby player and all that. But once you detach yourself from that reality, you kind of don't worry about life after rugby because you realise that there is life other than, obviously, all we've ever known is that.
Yeah,
is that rugby
consuming
environment. You're consumed by it, bro, and you're thinking, if I don't have this, what am I without this? Do you know what I mean? And I think when you detach yourself from that reality, like you're doing with your PT and now and stuff, like, you realise that there's so much more life out there, bro, like, and you'll be okay after it, do you know what I mean? If it was to end tomorrow, you know you'll be fine. And that's why I think, on reflection, coming back from the Love Island thing and stuff like that, that's why I thought, right, I need to get something else. And I've always loved barbering, so I thought, right, I'm just going to head down, go for that, so that when rugby does finally come, that might be this year, might be next year, might be 5 years down, might be 10 years, but when it finally does come to an, I know I'll be okay, do you know what I mean? And I know I won't be struggling. Because I feel like, especially in our sport, like, a lot of people come out of it with nothing. And then that's when your mental health starts spiralling and shit, do you know what I mean? And that, I just thought, I do not want to be one of them people where I've got nothing after it, so I just thought, just go for it, you know what I mean?
That's the thing, and I think it's important for every player to find out who they are away from rugby. And it's hard, like when you're in full time, that is who you are. But you need to know who Keanan Brand is away from rugby. When rugby's not there and like it's not your day-to-day life, who you are. Because there's a version of all of us away from rugby. It's important to find out who that person is and to get comfortable with it as well. Because rugby isn't everything. And to be comfortable with the person who you are away from rugby, that's one of the biggest challenges. Like you said, it's a massive thing on the mental for players when they retire, especially the lads who played elite level for so long, and then it's just sort of comes to a halt and stops. And that sort of brings us to where you're at now. Obviously, you've been on Love Island, but now you're sort of backing yourself up and you're learning how to cut hair, you're learning how to be a barber. So tell us a little bit about that. Like, what got you into that?
I feel like my life's been full of funny stories, but it was a funny story, really, bro, because I've always been intrigued by the barbering scene. You know, I did art in school. That was one of my GCSEs. So I've always been quite arty. You know, I've always loved stuff like that. And I always used to find myself watching clips on YouTube, barbering, and then when I go into the barber shop, my hair's very hard to cut, and sometimes like it wouldn't be the best trim, or not digging out barbers, but I'd always think like why is it hard to cut and why is it? So I think it intrigued me, like how did you have a good fade but I've not, or the other way around, or how did they get to that point? And I think one day I just thought, why not learn? Do you know what I mean? I'm so intrigued by it. Why not learn? And that's probably the most thing, like, I was more interested in that than any other subject in life, like, to go into after rugby. So I thought, do you know what? I'll just go. And then that's when I thought, there's two revenues I can go down here. I can go to college and do one night a week. And obviously learn how to barber, but it's not going to be as intense as if I just go with a barber who's very experienced in the field. And because the thing is in barbering, bro, like you can learn to, it's probably like in any field of life, like you can learn how to do something, but until you work in the everyday shop of that, in the intense environment, you ain't gonna grow or learn properly. So I just thought, my barber now, Sean the barber, shout out.
Shout out, Sean.
Is probably one of the best barbers in England, if not. Do you know what I mean? He's flying, bro. He's unbelievable. And I've been going to him for quite a few years now. And I seen that they were doing courses. And the other lad in there who works in there is called Jordan. He's like incredible barber too. And I just thought, what way better to learn than just learn from the best and be in that shop environment where they're teaching you what, because it's all right learning how to cut long hair, but if people are coming in with skin fades every day and you can only cut long hair, like, do you know what I mean, bro?
Where you at? And that's the thing, isn't it? It's like you take the plunge and you learn from doing it. That's sort of like what we were talking about earlier, is that you learn from doing. That's how we are. That's how we are at rugby.
Yeah.
You play a game, you make a mistake, you review it, you learn from doing. It's the same with my space with personal training. You can learn all the paperwork in the world until you get sat in front of someone who has a bad back and they can't lift their arms over their head. You can have the best session laid out. If they can't squat, they can't squat. And your whole session and all the paperwork you've done learning on the computer, it's gone. It's like someone walks into the barbershop with you and like you can have all the essays read and all the videos watched until they come in and you look at the way their hair's growing. It's a different story, isn't it?
Well, and like going back to your PT thing, you could learn all the exercise in the world, bro, and all sorts, but until you look at somebody who's your client and the way they squat pattern or whatever, you can't program a personal program to them until, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's different for everybody. And it's the same with barbering, like everybody's hair is different. And that literally determines like how much pressure you put on their head or the way you cut the hair. It's mad. And it's like that in every walk of life. Like with the online coach, you can read as many things as you want, bro. But until you actually put yourself on the shop floor and coach people who are different builds, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it? Like you're only going to learn once you put yourself in the actual, do you know what I mean? The trenches of it, bro.
Exactly. You have to get in amongst it and learn how to do it. You know, it's not like it's something that you just go, I can read a few books on how to cut hair and then you know what, I'm sound. Do you know what I mean? That's not how it works.
For example, I know the basics of PT and because I've done a PT course, but I wouldn't have a clue how to program for someone personally because do you know what I mean? I haven't done that level of experience with. Whereas barbering, as soon as I finished barbering, they said to me, the boys, they were like, you're only going to start learning, like we can teach you everything, but you're only going to start learning once you get into the barber shop and start cutting on a daily basis where different people coming in with different styles of hair and different wanting different things. So it's funny really, one of Norm's clients, Mitch, who I now work for, who's an excellent barber as well, can I just say, he messaged me saying like, there's a chair here free. Which honestly, mate, I'm so grateful for. What a legend. And he said you can come in here anytime there's a chair free for you and just literally get shop experience, which is what you need. So I kind of just skipped a few steps there by him doing that, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like
by reaching out.
Exactly, bro. And I just think like everything in life happens for a reason. And like without him choosing Norm as his coach and me being Norm's best friend, that would never have happened, bro. Do you know what I mean? Just by chance. So anyway, I've learned massively just being in that shop, bro. Like the first couple of times, I was absolutely shitting myself. Like,
well, I think as well, like people don't realize, like myself doing a PT, you have to talk to them for an hour. Do you know what I mean? Like that in itself is a soft skill that you need to learn within an industry. How to talk to someone on a chair for an hour? Because you go, oh yeah, like, do you have a good day? Yeah, you.
Yeah.
And then what
it's
say,
like,
what are you having for dinner?
Shit.
You have to actually learn how to like have that rapport with people and create a conversation and learn when to dive into someone and get to know someone, you know what I mean?
You build
that's a soft skill.
Exactly, bro. And any barber will tell you, as well as any PT, You can be as good as cutting hair as you want, bro. But if you can't build a relationship and a rapport with that person, they're not going to want to come back to you. Because if you think about it, lad, men, well, and women probably at the hairdressers, but a lot of men, that's their hour away from reality. They come to, you're like the therapist. Do you know what I mean? You are in a PT business and a hairdressing business. You're the therapist,
you're
lad.
therapist.
Do you know what I mean?
You know, like, you're therapist first, and then barber second. Do you know what I mean? You're finding out life stories like when you're sat on that chair.
But you are though, bro, aren't you? Like they'll sit down and they'll go, and you'll go, "Do you want to be a mate?" And they go, "Yeah." And as soon as they take a sip of that, and you put the gown on them, bro, they go, and then they just start talking about either how good their life is or how shit life is all the day, how the day's been, the relationships and all sorts. And you're trying to talk to them, bro. Like I was trying to tell the boys, like I'm stood for 13 hours a day, lad, talking to someone this far off the head.
cutting hair.
Trying to like get the fade bang on, bro, and they've got the worst hair in the world because it's growing that way and curly, and you're like, fuck. And you're thinking, you've got to know the steps to counteract that. Why you're talking about, while you're trying to give them a therapy session about,
what I mean? Like you're talking about their divorce or something like that.
Do you know what I mean? Though, or about how the missus is cheating on him. You're like, fuck. Do you know what I mean?
Don't panic here. And if you butcher that fade during that conversation, you're never seeing them again.
Exactly. Where they're going home to the mates telling them how shit your haircut is, and all you did was talk to them for their hour rather than cut the hair, bro. So you've got to find the right and bro, can I just say, you've got to get the haircut in 40 minutes or 30 minutes sometimes. Like, you've got to do all that in 30 minutes and it be bang on, bro.
Be perfect.
And make them want to come back. So if you think about it, bro, you've got to put bang on effort in for 13 hours a day because you've got to work along. Like that's the thing. What you don't.
You can't do one or two. Like you can't do one, two haircuts, walk out the barber.
You ain't gonna make a living off doing that. You've got to put with barbering, with like anything. You've got to put the early doors. You've got to put a graft in. Obviously, later in life, when you put the graft in, then there becomes you've got your own shop or you've got your own PTs working for you. You know that sort of thing. But early doors, bro, you've got to graft. It's like anything in life. You've got to put the work in. Do you know what I mean? The hard foundations.
The groundwork. I think that's one of the biggest things people miss with rugby, with any side hustle, is you need to do the shit no one else wants. Like, I was the only PT available at 6 a.m. Like, I was at PT Monday to Friday. I was available 6 a.m., 6:45. All those early slots that no one wants to do because you have to get up at 5 in the morning. You have to be that PT, and then you also need to be the one who's available after work. So 5 o'clock, and exactly, when you start off in the industry, you have to be a bit available, and you have to be up, and you have to be the one willing with a smile on your face, bringing the energy at on those shit slots. And then as you build a business, like you do with barbering, like you do with rugby, as you get better, you can have a little bit more pull. Do you know what I mean? When you're a 30-year-old rugby player who's played 300 career games, do you think they're on the last physio slot? When you go in pre-season, the old boys, they're getting their physio done, they get themselves off, see us later. And the young lads, when you're fresh 18, wet behind the ears, you turn up and you may have finished training at 3 o'clock. Yeah, you're on 6 p.m. physio slot for you.
And I'm making your protein shakes for you, can I just say? I'm making the protein shake. I'm cleaning people's boots when you're a 16-year-old rugby player.
Fill up the bottles, get going, pick up the tackle bag.
It's true, like you're saying though, like in business and in rugby, like when you're first coming through or you first start something, like, in all, like, with all respect, who the fuck are you? Do you know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
Why are you different from Joe Bloggs, who's a PT? Like, you've got to be willing to. Are you willing to dance in the rain? Like, are you willing to put the hard fucking graft in and be in there at 6 a.m. till fucking 8 p.m.? Do you know what I mean? Exactly. Every day for years, bro, and put yourself out there. Do you know what I mean? It's like these influencers, like they just post and post and post, and do you know how hard that is, bro? Like. But they're putting the foundations in, so then later on in life, do you know what I mean? They're set up.
Oh, 100%. And you know what the best thing is it looks easy.
It does look easy.
Easy. You look at them and you go, geez, that's happened overnight. Every overnight success is like 10 years of graft that nobody ever seen. Like,
bro.
Everyone says like stuff to me. They go, geez, like how would you get so strong? Or how would you put on all that muscle mass? They didn't see me wrapped around the jacks after like stomaching the world's biggest protein shake, raw eggs in it, tuna, whatever, and I'm spewing me guts up at 15, 16
forcing
years old,
yourself to
trying to get
forcing
bigger.
It down, bro.
Do you know what I mean? Or they didn't see you like when you didn't drink, or you sacrificed all those nights out when all my mates were drinking cans of bombers in the field. Do you know what I mean? It's drinking cider in the field.
And can we just say that isn't like, how good is that as a 16-year-old? But it's so easy for people to say like, oh, he's just done this so easy, but they don't see that. Like, we've missed out on so much fun, lad. Like, our mates going on Magaluf holidays or drinking bowls, like you said, in the field. And we've had to say, like, oh, no, I can't tonight. Go home
tomorrow.
Yeah, got to go and sleep at 10 o'clock. Do you know what I mean? They're still out till 6 a.m.
Have a protein shake.
Yeah.
Do you know, and that's the thing. Every overnight success, or he's just got talent. is actually loads and loads of little sacrifices that built up into a monumental moment where it looked like you just got a break.
Yeah.
But it actually wasn't the case. Like, for example, for me personally, like, when I came on trial at Huddersfield, I was ready for that trial for 6 months before I got the call to go on trial. Because I was training like a man possessed. Like, and that doesn't mean I was good at rugby, because I came over, lad, and I was running like rugby union style. Do you know what I mean? I was running head down into the tackle. But when, like, I was fit. Yeah. I was training like a man possessed, because when the opportunity came, I was ready to go. Exactly. Do you know, whereas all these people who look like, they look onto you and go, oh yeah, he's gifted, but that's not actually the case.
I think in the world we live in, Ronan, and like, it's so easy for people because they're so negative. I think in a whole, bro, like, obviously you get people like us who are just Duracell bunnies who are just buzzing off everything, bro. But I think in generic life, lad, what I've learned, especially in this country, bro, people are very pessimistic, and they like to just say like, oh, that's easy, or do you know what I mean? Or look at him, what, like, throwing like negative comments out. And I think, like, it takes a lot, and it shows a test of character. Like, when people have built things from the ground up when nobody's watching, bro, and that's when it matters most. But I think that helps so much in later life in other, like, I think rugby for us, bro, I was thinking about this on the way in, it's built so many things, like resilience, do you know what I mean, like discipline in us. And I think in other lives, in other parts of life, sorry, it helps so much, because when you come against a building block, you don't know how to get over it, but you think... You
know the process. The process is there. You go, right, I don't know how to, like, go past this obstacle.
Yeah.
But I know that if I stay consistent at it, and I apply myself as best as I can, and I come in at it every day with a positive outcome, or positive attitude, I will get that outcome that I want. Because they're the things that rugby has taught us. That if you do these steps on the process, that you're bound to get an outcome if you stretch your timeline out long enough. That's the thing, isn't it? That's what rugby teaches you. If you stretch that timeline out long enough, let's say, for example, you set yourself a target, I want to bench 140 kilos. Yeah. If you go, I'm going to turn up to the gym every day with intent, and I'm going to train as hard as I can, and I'm going to get all these other 1% things right, it's only a matter of time before you achieve the goal.
This is the thing, and I heard it on Matthew McConaughey's podcast with Chris Williamson, I think it was, and it's like say it's 100% of a thing. The 1% every day, bro, is what counts. That is literally what counts. 1% better every day is genuinely a thing, but if you got your head down, lad, and you just think, right, next day I'm going to do this, and you just keep going, and you
stack the wins.
And the other thing I brought from that, bro, is you need to learn to enjoy the process, and you need to learn to find joy in them hard situations, because in later life, you're going to look back and laugh at them hard situations.
You always do.
Anything negative in your life, bro. I'm not going to lie to you, I used to be one of them people that was like, fucking hell, this is shit, all this. And now, bro, I think if I'd had a switch in mentality, I think, yeah, this is bad at the moment, but in 10 years, I'm going to look and laugh at this and me getting through this. Do you know what I mean? So you've got to try and find joy in them hard times, and just keep your head down, bro, and just do the 1% things, and then eventually look back and you go, shit, there's 100%. You know what I mean?
Do you remember that moment?
Yeah.
Do you remember that thing? I think it's funny, like, because that for you was, we came into the World Cup in 22, like, we didn't know each other that well. Yeah. We came in, you got injured, all you wanted to do was play for Ireland.
Yeah.
And you couldn't. It was taken away from you because of that injury. But you were persistent, you kept working hard, you kept putting your hand up, and then this year, finally, me and the boy got to play together. You know what I mean? We got to share the green jersey together, and that's testament to you, and that's testament to that exact story, is that if you're willing to stretch your timeline out long enough and stack those 1% wins, you will get the outcome that you want.
Exactly, bro. Same with you with Huddersfield. Like, you could have sat there in Ireland, gone, right, I've never played league, I don't really know anyone in England, I might just stay in because you could have had an easy life you could have been a water bricky or anything, bro.
Yeah.
You could have had an easy life and just gone, right, I'm just going to sit back and do this. But no, you thought, I want to do that. So why, everyone else does it, so why can't I not be that person who comes over to England and makes it? Do you know what I mean, bro? And it just shows, like you say, 6 months before that trial, you was ready, bro, because you thought, when that call comes, I ain't going to be slacking. I ain't going to be that one who's, right, I might just scrape that trial. Yeah. You want to be straight into it, bro. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Like, it's just, you've got to be prepared, aren't you? Do you know what I mean?
You have to be prepared. You have to be prepared when whatever life throws at you, you got to be ready for it. Do you know what I mean? 100%. You have to be ready for it. And I think, like, in our industry as well, and even as a young lad, it's easy to reflect. We're a bit older now. As a young lad, you always think, when I get this, when I have that car, when I have my own place, when I'm on a bit more money at rugby, I can go out for a better meal, or my life's going to be better. And then you just spend your whole time with one foot in the future and then one foot reminiscing the past, but you're actually not exactly where you want to be, which is this moment.
And you never, if you like what you said then, if it was you never actually get to because when you get to a little bit further, you think, when I get to, say you're on 50 grand, you go, when I get 75.
Yeah.
But then when you get 75, you go, when I'm on 100, I'll buy it.
100,
then you never, and then you get to 80 and you've not enjoyed
any of the process, any of the journey. You haven't enjoyed one bit of it. I remember I always thought that, like, when I play Super League, like, and it's good to be ambitious. We're not saying it's not good to be ambitious, but it's when I play Super League, then you play Super League. You don't just go, my life's great now. You play Super League and it's not, life's complete now. Light the cigar, I'm done. Do you know, that is not the case, and that's not the case with anything. When I get a new car, when I get a house. No, because you don't just suddenly get this overjoyed fulfillment of life and just this euphoria because you've played Super League or you've played for Ireland or you've played in the World Cup. That's not, like, it's great, the moment's great, but you don't suddenly, like, your life problems don't go away because that's happened.
You know, your girlfriend who's just cheating on you, that doesn't go away because you're now a Super League star. Do you know what I mean, bro? Like, it's great to be ambitious because that's how you grow as a person. But I think what I've learned, do you know what it is, mate? I think with age, I've learned a lot of things in the past, and it goes back to Love Island, mate. I think coming off Love Island, I grew so much, and I think I've just learned so much in the past 2 years, I'd say. And I think I've learned more now. You've just got to be so, obviously it's good to have be ambitious, and grow as a person, but you've just got to try and enjoy the now. And that's why, not like I'm a yes man, but if a holiday that I want to go on comes up, yes, I'm going, because, do you know what, mate? Money comes back and I can't take it to the grave. Obviously it's good saving money and doing this and that, but just go for it, bro. Like, if someone says there's an opportunity to do this, just go for it and just why not? Like, what's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to be back where you've started. Like, what's the worst that's going to happen, bro?
Exactly. You're going to end up where you started. I'm going to end up back in Ireland. What's the worst that's going to happen by going on trial? I'm going to end up back in Ireland with my mates, drinking cans of Bulmers, saying, oh, jeez, I gave that a go, didn't I?
Exactly, mate. You started with nothing. So how can you like lose everything? You started with nothing, bro. So what's the worst that's gonna happen?
What's the worst that can happen by going on Love Island? By going on that holiday, by going on that bad one, losing your phone.
Hey, let's not talk about that, brother.
What happened on Mad Monday? No, that's the question everyone wants to know. So for those of you who don't really know about what Mad Monday is, when the season finishes, we go on a night out, say, or a holiday or whatever.
A one night out.
We'll call it a night out. Whatever it may be, the season's done and you get to drop the shoulders and you get to enjoy, like, a few drinks with your mates.
That's when you let loose.
You're loose. You let loose. You let yourself go. But this fella sat next to me. He tells me he's lost everything essentially. What actually happened?
Bro, I'm just going to be straight up and honest, you know what I mean? Because this is what this space is about. Me and you are always honest with each other, lad. I'm just going to be honest, bro. So we're in bed. We decide we're going to go bed at home. We got to the semi-final, by the way, can I just say. We're top 4 team in England, so we thought, oh, fuck it, we're just going to let it loose. So we went, everyone was in bed as well. There was like fucking 25 lads in bed at home. We thought, fuck it, we're going to go bed at home. 2 nights, bro. So we do 2 nights. We get there, sun's booming. We're fucking, partying. It's unreal, bro. Can I just say, I thought it was going to be shit. I'll be honest, I thought it was shit. And as soon as we got there, I was like, fucking hell, this is sick. So 2 nights, 1 night goes, and it's the last night, bro, and we're out partying and all sorts. And one of the boys says to me, just stay an extra night. That is when you should exactly say no.
That's when you call it. You go, nope, it's not happening.
I'm not doing it. But people like me and you go,
yes,
fuck it.
Yes.
You only got one life, let's live it. I was like, you know what, bro? I was pissed up at this point. Very, very.
Changing the flights when you're
bro,
pissed.
Like this, look at them. I was like, bro, should I book your flight as well? I was like, yeah, bro, fuck it. I'll book a free flight and we'll all get on them. So 3 of us, bro. We had no hotel, by the way, just a flight for the following day. And I was like, fuck it, we'll just book it. So we did it. Anyway, we go back to one of the boys' hotel room. We have a few hours kip, wake up. They're packing the bags to go to get the plane. And we've got no hotel, but an extra night, and we're like, I paid for the flight now, so I may as well fucking do it. When really, I should have just said, I'm getting on that. I'd sobered up by then, so I'm getting on that flight with the boy.
No,
Yeah.
cut the losses. I'm off.
Bro, I've got a holiday in the next couple of weeks. We're going to Berlin a few weeks after. I was like, I should have just went home, bro. Do you know, like a normal person would? But me just being like, loving life and stuff, yeah, energy. I thought, fuck it. Why not? What's the worst that's going to happen? Anyway, the worst did happen, bro, because I got robbed. And bro, so I've got...
I shouldn't laugh, but like that's a bold robber. Like it's not like you're some scrawny fella. You know what I mean?
Bro, the thing is though, like, I'm just gonna be honest again. Like, I met a girl, and I went back to a hotel room, blah blah. You know how it goes. Anyway, bro, I left my mum bag with me card and passport and stuff in it. Not my passport, sorry. My passport was locked in the safe, luckily.
Thank God.
Thank God, bro. So I left that in there. So I've took my phone. I had little swim shorts on anyway. My phone, the charger in the phone, in my pocket. I've gone back out, bro. And there's this bucking Bronco in one of the clubs. And I must have gone on it 50 times. It was like €10 pop. So me and one of the lads we were like competing for the amount because it's about all you can down it, bro.
Giving you some vertigo, like off.
And I was like, no, I'm gonna beat it. So we were just going back and forth, like, here you go, I go, here you go, I go. Anyway, bro, so what things happened? I've been on the bucking Bronco, you know, going for it, lad. And it's
rodeo, yeah.
Yeah, and it's fell out of my pocket, lad. And I've just got off it pissed. And I've just gone, and we've just gone. Bro, woke up. We had to go straight to the airport. So I just had my bag, we were rushing because we woke up late. And I was rushing to the airport, lad. It was only when we got to the airport, I thought, fucking phone's gone. I was like, my phone's gone. I had no wallet, no phone. All I had was passport, lad. That was it.
Thank God for the safe.
Bro, that was it. It gets worse, this story. So we fell asleep in the airport. We get to the airport, gets through. And we missed the first flight, so we had to book another one. And we thought, right, well, honestly, lad, it gets worse. Thought, right, we'll book another one, and we'll just sleep on these you know, the chairs, what they have. Bro, the flight was at 11. Woke up at 11:30. Second flight missed.
So you didn't get the first one. You missed the second one. Missed the third one.
Bro, we missed the 8 a.m. one, the first one, by 8 minutes. We got there and we could see the plane, and I said, "The plane's there." He was like, "No, the door's shut. You can't get on." I was like, so we missed the first one, booked the second one, missed that one, slept through the third one, bro. There was only 2 flights left back to England that day. Oh, bro, it gets worse. There was only 1 fucking seat left on the 7 p.m. one. So one of the lads got that one, and then me and the other lad were like, fuck, we'll have to get the last one. Bro, I was in the airport from 8 a.m. till 9 p.m. No phone, no wallet, nothing, bro.
Nothing. And the black dog's there, sat on your shoulder.
Bro, I'm feeding the black dog, feeding it, stroking everything, fucking stroking it, bro. I was like, I was honestly, lad, I was thinking, bro, what people don't realise is, lad, everything's on that phone, everything, your life, and I'm thinking, all my pictures, lad, gone, everything. Don't know my passwords for Instagram or anything like that. I'm thinking, fuck, bro, it's gone. This whole...
We were so reliant on it. Like,
bro, I got on that plane, I was just sat like that the whole way.
Not sleeping though, just staring at the back of the seat.
I was thinking, black dog was barking at me, bro.
Black dog is there loud, you're looking at the back of the seat, raw dog in the flight, like...
raw dogged it, bro.
No AirPods, no neck pillow. Not even any money. You don't have your bank card to buy a bottle of water.
Can't even get a brew on the plane home, bro. Brew and a Twix, you know what I mean? That's like standard what you get on the way to a holiday. Well, on
the way back.
On the way back. On the way there, there's a brew dog in it. Bro, by the end of that plane, I was the one barking at the dog.
There's some demons on that plane. Some serious demons on that plane.
But anyway, my nan legend, bless her. Got home, bro, and she'd already rang EE and ordered me a new phone and all sorts. I got there and I was like, I'm so grateful. But after that flight, lad, my phone took like 5 days to come. And my flatmate who I was living with at the time, I think he'd gone back home. So I was at my mum's, lad, honestly, I probably didn't change my undies for about 5 days, lad. I had nothing. Honestly, I was wearing my brother's clothes and I had nothing, no phone. Everyone was out at work but me. I was just sat there like watching Netflix thinking, what is going on here?
You're just thinking like, what do I can't even like ask your mates what you're up to, like.
Honestly, bro, and I thought, if I get this phone and I get everything back, I'm going to be grateful for the rest of my life.
You're like, never again.
I'm never going to be negative ever again. I got the phone, bro. And I had to update the phone. I put the SIM in. And it all started backing up, and I'm thinking, it took about an hour to back up. And it all come out and back up complete. Everything was backed up, bar the pictures from Benidorm, which I was buzzing about, by the way.
You didn't need to see them.
I didn't want to see them ever again,
Would be
bro.
like the hangover, like, you're like, all right, leave them alone.
You know that song where it's like, they can... something, but you can't touch my spirit. Like, I had that full blast on the way home, just fucking rapping.
Even if I never had a penny, but I always had spirit.
J-Ho's spirit, bro. They can take away my freedom, but they can touch my spirit. I was pumping the tune, lad. I was fucking flying on the way home, thinking, I'm the man. I'm never going to be negative ever again, lad.
After that was your life lesson, was it?
Bro, bad experience, yeah. That's the first time I've been like that's ever happened to me, lad. I was like, what the fuck?
What do I do, like?
No, what do you do? Like,
do you do?
That's your whole existence on that. Didn't even have my boring pass, like, because that was on the phone, like.
You're like, what's this paper thing? But we never had one of them bad paper boarding passes, like.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you can do all the rugby in the world and, like, learn discipline and all sorts, but nothing prepares you for that, bro.
Nothing prepares you for getting dropped off in a foreign country with no phone, no wallet. Do your best, like, get yourself home.
Do you know what I mean? But, yeah, great place, and I'll go back for sure.
Do it all again this off-season.
Bro, this is my New Year's resolution, right? My New Year's resolution this year, bro, I'm telling you. Anytime we get time off, travelling, bro. I don't care where it is, and you're coming with me, can I just say?
Right, we're on.
Bro, we're going, like, I'm just going to go on Skyscanner, pick the cheapest flight to anywhere, bro. Even if it's fucking Afghanistan, I'm going, bro.
We're just ready to go, mate.
Bro.
Wherever, that's us, lad.
But do you know what I've learned from that as well, Ronan? Like, going to new places, like, I went to Morocco, and learning about new cultures, lad. It's how good is that? I feel like that's like the best part about life, lad. Do you know what I mean?
That's what it's all about, isn't it? It's like in our bubble, we're in a bubble.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
know what I mean? We're in a bubble. We're going up and down to 62, playing different teams and that, or whatever. It
Yeah.
is. Like, we're in a bit of a bubble. There's so much more to the world than just what we see.
This is what I mean, lad. And like going to them new places and learning about different religions and different things in life. That is what life's about, lad. And it always puts a smile on my face. Sorry, bro, them coffees are coming up. Can I just say Ronan's absolute coffee magician, bro. He loves the blends. He's the blend master. If there's anyone who knows coffee, it's this man here. We've had about 4 coffees before this.
We're wired. Like, if you need to slow the podcast down, people who listen to this at 0.5 speed trying to understand what we're saying.
Oh, bro, +5, literally. What was I saying before?
We were saying about different cultures and that.
Oh, bro, like, I always find, like, when I go to a new place, because that's what I try and do, like, obviously I've been to IB for, like, must be, like, 9 times now, bro, because that is the Mecca, but, like...
Can I actually just tell a funny story about that?
Go on,
so this
bro.
is before I actually, like, I knew of you,
Yeah.
but I didn't know you as a person, like, because we really got close on the World Cup, but you're good mates with my mate Cal,
Yeah.
so, at the time, like, Widnes Academy, like, were pretty decent, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they were pretty good, and Cal's my age of academy, and the playoffs in academy was the top 4, so you had Wigan, St Helens, Warrington,
Yeah.
and for that 4th spot, it was us battling out Widnes
Yeah.
for that 4th spot. So we had to play Wakefield, who were like, they weren't bad, but they weren't great.
Yeah.
We had to play them on a Wednesday and a Saturday, so we had a 3-day tournament, and we had to beat them twice to make the top 4, make
Yeah.
the playoffs, so, which would have been a big thing for a Huddersfield Academy.
Yeah.
I was only over on trial at this stage, so I was a bit naive to the whole situation.
Yeah, yeah.
And Cal was just saying to me, and Cal won't mind me saying this because he's retired now, he was like, you best not fucking win. He goes, I beat the book. So I was like, you best not fucking lose. He was like, I beat the book. And like, in my head, I was like, this fella's mad.
Yeah, like, what is he top... What do you mean?
I was like, surely you want to make the top 4?
Yeah.
He was like, no. He was like,
Bro.
what do you mean? He was like, no, I beat it, it's booked. Please beat Wakefield, make the top 4. And I was like, this was like the maddest thing ever. I was like, surely not, but like...
Bro, we had that... Can we just say... We had that holiday booked, lad, from, like... May at the beginning of the year, lad, and we were just because we thought, oh, there's like Wigan, Warrington, Saints, fucking other good teams, bro, Hull, and we were thinking, we've got a good team, but there's no way like we're gonna make this top 4, and we kind of underestimated ourselves, bro, because we were cooking, lad, and we booked Ibiza, right, and we went all out. We was like, we're going for a week, bro. We paid like about 600 quid each. And when you're like 18, 19, bro, that's a lot of money in it. Do you know what I mean? Like, academies, you don't get paid that much. So we were like, shit, we've spent all this money, like, we're not going to be able to go. Bear in mind, I wanted to go, bro, because it's the best place on planet Earth. Like, and I know that's naive to say, because there is other, like, amazing places on Earth, but that's the Mecca. But, and I was thinking, fuck, we're gonna make it. Yeah, we're gonna make it. I think by the skin of our teeth, we did.
We won.
Yeah,
we won that game on the Saturday against Wakefield by 1 point.
Yeah,
one point. And
bro, we're like refreshing the feed constantly, bro. Like,
and you've got to go down and beat that. But that was like the first time like we sort of crossed paths.
Yeah.
And then obviously 2022, we go with the World Cup together. I think that was like just like energy just matched straight away.
Do you know when? Like, obviously I knew of you, and we'd kind of spoken on Instagram or Snapchat or whatever we'd done, and we kind of spoke, and obviously we got on, but it wasn't like what we've got now, lads. And like, I think in 2022 when you go into that World Cup camp, obviously we didn't know we were going to be like this, but you know when you just meet someone and it just clicks, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's like nothing said on, but you know when you just think, this fucker's as mad as me. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's not wired up right. This fucking
he's not the full quid. I like him. I like this guy.
He's 50p, I'm 50p.
Yeah,
that's a quid.
There we go.
Do you know what I mean, bro? And then you look at yourself in the mirror and think, I'm not wired up right. This fucker's not wired up right. And the conversation just flowing, you're just talking about mad shit. But it's not even like, it's not like uneducated stuff what we talk about. Like, we just grow as like, do you know what I mean? We make each other grow, I think, anyway, personally.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like, it's never like a... Obviously, there's sometimes negative, but it's never a negative conversation. We're always saying, "Listen, bro, like I've got you. You can do this. Like whatever it is, why can't you do that?" And this is why we're so
we're bouncing off each other.
Yeah.
We're bouncing off. I think the moment for me was we played Jamaica on the Friday. Was it the Friday night or the Sunday? No, the Sunday. We played Jamaica on the Sunday. The boys got the win. You weren't playing because you were injured. I was 18th man. We went out, obviously, went ham, Monday morning, 8 a.m, we're running mass runs. Like, you're injured, broken. You could easily be like, I'm not doing this running.
Yeah.
I'm hanging.
Yeah.
Because we've just got a World Cup win. It was great vibes.
Yeah.
And we're just there, like, I don't think there was one moan out of the park. It was lashing rain, middle of October, like, and we're there doing mass runs.
Grateful, bro. That's the word. Grateful, lads. I think in moments like that, you just fucking, you've got to grab the bull by its horns and just go, fuck this. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make today my bitch. And do you know what, bro? I think that's what you got. Like this pre-season, like one of the other lads last year, towards the end of the year, bro, it was hard because like we hadn't played as much as we wanted and stuff, and I was being negative, and I was like, and you think to yourself, why am I being negative? Like I'm getting paid to keep fit. And life's good, bro. Like, you get to go on holiday and shit. Like, why are you being negative? Just fucking grab it and seize the day, bro. Carpe diem. That is the message, lad. That's a serious message.
That is a serious message.
Do you know what I mean, bro?
Tell us a little bit about Leigh as an environment, because like you were at Widnes, you came through Widnes, you went to Warrington, then you come to Leigh, and you're playing in this stacked championship side, like this stupid championship side, like it's a Super League side playing part-time teams. Do you know what I mean? Tell us about like what that was like, and then obviously getting promoted, and then the last season out, like the last couple of seasons after.
Right. So like people don't know this, but I'm now the longest reigning Leigh player. So I was there just before the champ season because I went on loan from Warrington.
In 21.
In 21, yeah, bro. I went on loan in Super League. And I kind of just clicked straight into the team, bro. And it's like a proper, I can't, like, until you're in it, I can't describe it. It's like, it's a proper family-run team, do you know what I mean? Like, Derek's very family-orientated, and he's very like that, caring in a way. And I just love that environment, bro. So when they offered me a contract to stay for the year 2022, it was a no-brainer, bro. Like, it was a no-brainer. And I think 5 years on now, looking back, it was the best thing I ever did because I've just grown so much as a person, and like the environment and the team and the club, I love it, bro. But that season,
well, yeah, like
we had Blake Ferguson, who was he still could play for New South Wales, which is, people who don't know that, is like the pinnacle of rugby league. Like, you play for New South Wales, bro, it doesn't get any better than that. Let's be honest, does it? It was the Australian international winger. And he comes over and plays for Leigh, lad. He playing against like postmen and stuff, like.
Yeah, like our team has like, we have roofers and electricians and that. And like, what's it like when you rock up to every game knowing you're gonna win? Like, because the thing is, like, you can call anything you want, and it's not like teams weren't competing. Like, when I played Leigh, it's not like I didn't try, but your team was just insane. Like, I was 21 at the time when I would have been a young kid in my position in the middle, and you're coming up against like proper, like a full Super League team. You have like proper stacked. What's that like as a year? Because we're unbeaten.
But we lost one game, and that was the beginning of the year to Fev, and it was in like the fucking pissing down rain, bro. It was on a cow field, you know what Fev's like in the rain, bro. Honestly, I was up to my knees in cow pan. Honestly, I was up to my knees in mud, lad. It was fucking bad, but that was the only... Like, we were rocking up to games like rock stars, lad. We just knew that we were going to win. And, like, bro, we had, like, Josh Charnley. It was, like, 18th man some games. Like, he wouldn't get in the team, bro. You know what I mean? Like, or on the bench, lad. It was mad. Like, that's how stacked our team was, lad. And we were just wiping the floor with people. That year, to be fair, bro, was kind of like it was a building block for, like... Lammy's been great, lad. Like, he's built... Over these past couple of years, absolutely built a machine of a team. Do you know what I mean? With the help of Chris Chester and Derek's support, obviously. But, like, Lammy's at the heart of that, building them foundations, bro. And he's built a machine now where we're, like, top 4 Super League team. Do you know what I mean? And that all comes from the foundation of building. He's very big on relationships, mate, and, like, going for coffees after training. If we're done early, he'll make sure we all go for coffee together, you know what I mean? Like, team dues, everybody's there. He comes with us, lad. And that's, like... the foundation of what it's about. And in that 22 season, that's when, like, the relationships form, bro, because every time we would get a chance off, like, time off, we would all go on holiday together. There'll be, like, 6 lads on holiday together, bro, and that just builds chemistry, you know what I mean? And that builds
winning culture, doesn't it?
Exactly that. Couldn't put it better. Like, winning culture, lad. And when it gets hard in a game, that's what you look to the person next to you, and you've been at them times where you've been all day, you've been in a pickle together, and that's when it matters, bro, because he's gonna get your back, and you're gonna, you know, I'm not.
He's your mates. He's a proper best mates,
yeah,
and I think like we had this about at York this year as well. Is that like we started this season shite. Like we were. I think we were second or third from the bottom, and like just a bunch of good blokes having a red hot crack for each other turned the season around. That's sort of like you built that off the 22, losing one game. Yeah. You go into 23, and like. You're killing it. Like, straight off the back of championship, straight up, like, no bother.
Not exactly like what you said. You're just a bunch of best mates, lad, having a red hot crack, giving it everything. Like, the effort is just, like, if someone makes a break, I'm going to cover for you. Do you know what I mean? Like, you cannot beat them, that mentality. You can't beat that bond, lad. You can be the best. There's been teams in the past where you look at their roster and you think, they are, like, how are they getting beaten, bro? But, like, you can't. Talent doesn't never beats that. Do you know what I mean? You can be as talented as you want, but hard work and the bond between people, you can't beat it. It's impossible. Do you know what I mean? And I think, like, when all the teams in the history of, like, winning things, the Saints team when they won 4 in a row, lad, it was the same players who'd been playing together for years, lad. That Penrith side down, who've won 4 on a bounce, that's what they're built on. Do you know what I mean? It's just next man mentality, because they just fit into that culture and the system, and they just cover for the mates back. And I think that's the biggest thing. What Leigh's taught me is that is the most important thing in a team. What matters, bro, and, like, you can't get away from that. And I think that's why we've been so successful. And hopefully next year we can go that one step further and you know, and take it. Obviously Wigan are going to be a very tough machine to beat, because they are a machine, lad, and they the same. The building block of them is a machine. Their culture is unreal. So, but I think this year we can go that one step further, lad, yeah.
Kick on a little bit more, and in terms of you personally, what does the career look like for you at the moment? Where do you see yourself? How's pre-season going? Like, what's the direction for Keanan Brand?
Do you know what, mate? I think I don't want to look too far into the future. I think, Ronan, I think for me going forward now, bro, I think I'm just gonna, every time I rock up to training, bro, I'm just gonna work my hardest, do my best, and if it doesn't work out at Leigh, bro, or I don't get to where I want, then at least I've built myself to be a better version of myself. Do you get what I mean? And that's all you can do in life. Like, just put yourself in a better position to be in the shop window for something else. And I feel like going into other parts of life, I feel like if you try and be the best version of yourself, for some reason, like, the world just has a way of making
rewarding it,
of other doors open, mate. And that my dad always said to me, if you put your effort into everything, bro, the world just has a way of giving back to you, and doors will open. But if you try and be that person who like skip, you know, like cuts corners, bro, life will do you over. And I think for me, like, going forward, karma, bro. And I think, like, I have been that person in the past, don't get me wrong, in some parts of my life, but I like to say I've been a pretty honest person. But I think going forward for me, lad, I think the message is just try and be the best version of myself and try and grow as a person. Just keep growing, so that when I look back in years to come, I can just say, at least I had a red hot crack, bro, at life in general, not just rugby, at life. That's just the person I want to be. Do you know what I mean? So,
Keanan Brand, that was a serious message.
It's been a pleasure, brother. Let's do it again, eh?